The following program is for adult audiences only.
Back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Neon lights in the fast lane light, riding high, reaching for the sky. I had it all but lost and fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end. Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I've lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. So empty deep within, where did I go wrong? Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. to be home where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Sometimes we act like a fool, not aware we're troublemakers. Sometimes we try to be cool, not being givers, only takers. Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead, won't you?
Hello and welcome, everyone. Time for the second episode of the Flavorist Diary. Wonderful to have all you guys here today. I've got all the stuff just about ready to go for today's show and pulled out the Bull City Flavors ingredients that I ordered. They're brand new line of flavors, and I got most of them entered into ELR, but I saved one just to show you guys, what it takes to start building the inventory that you have on your recipe website. And you can either go to ELR and do your thing, or you could do your thing on all the flavors. And if there's any other places you know of, please feel free to drop them in chat so, we can all become aware of it and, decide whether we like that one better or the ones that we're currently using. But yeah, so I got my Bull City Flavors orders all pulled up. I put some labels on them so that it makes them easier to find, because when they're just sitting in the bags like this, you don't know what they are. You know how hard it is, especially as you get older and your eyesight's not as good as it used to be, to try and understand what do you actually have sitting in before you, in front of you. So yeah, putting the labels on the caps is what I absolutely need to have. First of all, it makes it a lot easier to find the things when they're sitting on a shelf. And second off, I got to get them in alphabetical order and get them organized and stuff. And the easiest way to do that is let the computer do it. So once you put your ingredients into your recipe website, then you can literally just have it sorted for you. It's so nice. You go to my flavor stash and I can quickly search in my flavor stash for the Bull City flavors by just typing BCF. And now it's legit brought up only the Bull City Flavors ingredients that I have. And guess what? It's already in alphabetical order. So we're going to work on the first 6 ingredients today, and we're going to do a single flavor test on them. We're also going to revisit the flavor art, Pazzo Jack, and go back and single flavor test that one now that it's been here for a week. I also mixed up a 10% solution of this flavor that we're going to take a look at today, and didn't put any nicotine in it, just to try and get an idea of what it tastes like if you don't have nicotine inside of it. It does change the flavor profile. So I want a raw, unmolested idea in my head of what 10% of that flavor looks like. And would you be shocked to find out that that was actually sold as a commercial recipe somewhere? I was really dumbfounded when I came across this in my Facebook feed, but somebody was like, wait a minute. I single flavor tested this Pazzo Jack, and that's what Gushers is. I used to buy this Gushers e-liquid from my local vape shop, and guess what? All that flavor is, all that commercial recipe is a single ingredient. A single ingredient. Flavor art Pazzo Jack is a beautiful strawberry flavor, and, well, why complicate things if you don't need to? Whoever came up with this recipe just simply put in one ingredient. They single flavor tested it and go, wow, that's really good. That's a nice squishy liquid centered strawberry candy. So that's what they did. They started selling it commercially. And it could be that simple for you to find your favorite all-day vape to keep you from smoking cigarettes. It really is that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate this scenario. Don't be afraid of getting into making your own liquids, even if it's just as a last resort, right? Because here in the States, we've been taking it for granted, and most people take it for granted, that you're always going to be able to walk into a shop and get whatever you want. But if you've been following the news at all, like I have for the past 7 years, you came to realize, the people that are running the current monopoly want to stay a monopoly and don't want any new competition against them. So they're going to push their lobbyists to push for these PMTA registry bills and these laws that are going to prevent you from having access to the thing that you've been using to not smoke cigarettes. All so that they can make sure that, their FDA authorized products are the only ones that are going to be available for sale, so that you have no choice but to buy that or go back to smoking cigarettes. And I don't agree with that. That's not good enough. First off, none of those products that Big Tobacco has come up with and got the FDA to authorize are good enough to keep me from going back to smoking cigarettes. That's why I'm doing DIY recipes. That's why I decided I needed to become a flavorist. And that's why we're doing the Flavorist Diary. So we can go and explore all the different variations of flavors that we have available to us so that we can make our own e-liquids and not be reliant on anyone. You get a rebuildable tank like this and you make your own e-liquid, and next thing you know, you're going to have to keep remaking it because it's so wonderful. This blackberry lemonade we threw together on the stream, man, has that been a delicious, punchy flavor. A little bit of a coil killer, as you can tell by how dark the liquid is inside here after just 60 mils of liquid going through it, but it's a delicious flavor. Beautiful, punchy lemon with a nice side of blackberries, and it's just, I'm going to have to make another bottle of that today. So I guess we might as well start with that right off the bat. Oh my goodness. Where's my buttons? Okay, so here's our lovely bottle of liquid. And this is just a simple blackberry lemonade. Somebody came onto the stream and they're like, hey man, can you make a blackberry lemonade? I'm like, yeah, sure. I reached over for flavors because of all the flavoring companies that I have here, Flavors from Australia is the one that I've gotten to know the best. And the reason I got to know it the best isn't because, they sent me the products, which they did. It was because every time I tried to single flavor test that, every single one of them was the same punchiness, the same concentration, the same accurate depiction of the name on the bottle at 5%. And then I started mixing my own ingredients and I'm like, okay, well, I know this is an accurate representation in single flavor testing. How does it hold up against the other flavors? And when you put 5% of lemonade into a recipe and 5% of blackberry, they're going to be equally represented in that flavor profile. We don't have that luxury when it comes to other flavor manufacturers out there. There are some Capella flavors that are awesome at like 3, 4, 5%. And then there's other ones that you have to push them in like 10, 12, 15% to get it to be the same concentration, the same strength of flavor on your tongue and in your mouth. And that makes it tough to develop recipes. That's one of the things where people, they go and they'll get a recipe and they'll try it and they go, yeah, I don't really like it. Let me start tinkering with it. Let me drop the percentage here. And then you're like, wow, this one's at 5%, this one's at 10%, but this 10% tastes like 2% of this one. So like trying to get flavors to blend and combine sometimes can be a royal challenge. And other times, depending on the flavor that you're choosing to mix together, are going to blend beautifully. Like you would think that if you take TFA strawberry and you take Capella's strawberry and you put them in the recipe, it's going to broaden the palette of the profile. But realistically, what we do not know is what is the actual chemicals that are inside that flavoring to give you that strawberry flavor. The chemical manufacturer, or the manufacturers of these commercial liquids, they actually deep dive into true flavorist chemistry. And that's what it is, because flavorists don't just appear in the vape industry. Flavorists are in the soda industry, in the alcohol industry, in the food industry. There are so many additives and flavorings that are put into the foods that we go to the grocery store and buy all the time, and we don't even think twice about it. But it's added in there to increase your satisfaction when you take that brain muffin and you put it in your mouth and you go, oh, wow, those blueberries in there, man, are they a beautiful, punchy blueberry flavor? Not really. Those are freeze-dried blueberries with very little flavor. But what they do is they'll put blueberry flavoring on those freeze-dried blueberries before they put them as a frozen ingredient into that muffin before they bake it. And that's the reason why some of the things that we buy in the store are so flavorful and so delicious and so hard to replicate when you're trying to make a vape for you to enjoy that flavor profile. But flavors has always been one that I can always dump in here and always get the same concentrations regardless of what ingredient I pick, making developing recipes using their ingredients very, very easy. So let's pull up the recipe for this blackberry lemonade that we made and make another bottle of it. All right, we'll go into my recipes and we'll pull up the blackberry lemonade right down there. And there you go, man. There's the ingredients. It's that simple. I need to pull them off the shelf. Blackberry, boysenberry, and lemonade. Awesome. Now we need some natural lemonade from Flavor West. Very good. And a little bit of super sweet. And our secret sauce. And let's throw this recipe together. Awesome. All right, we'll start with our secret sauce. You need to put this in at the concentration you need to not smoke cigarettes. And if you've gotten yourself down to 0, more power to you. Congratulations. But for the rest of us, I'm going to consume 6 milligram in mine simply because I've learned and looked at the science and I've come to realize there are health potential benefits for me at my age and with my previous medical history and my current diagnosis that it helps my cognitive abilities. It helps me think clearly and focus. This isn't just something from an ex-smoker who's now absent-minded because you're not getting your nicotine. There's actual scientific benefits to using this. It's just like, when you wake up in the morning, you got to go make your coffee. You can't imagine a day starting the day without your cup of coffee or your cup of tea. Well, for me, nicotine's a part of my life. And that's why I'm putting 6 milligram in here, which is 3.73 grams.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arm. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep in the abiding.
Close enough. As a flavor chemist, you should be more precise with your measurements and stuff. But being that this is for my own personal consumption, if it's a little bit less, so what? I might take a couple extra tokes on my vape instead of, chuffing on it once in a blue moon. Which is something I've noticed over the last 7 years is, I've literally tested everything from, 50 milligram disposables like this one to literally 0 milligram liquid. I did that one by mistake because I thought I'd nicked the bottle up, but I didn't. And well, halfway through the day when I'm chuffing on it and I seem to be chain vaping all day for no particular reason, I came to realize, hey man, you switched to a bottle that had no nick in it. So you might need to nick that bottle up. And it's a very simple fix, especially when you're DIYing stuff. All right, so we'll start off with the blackberry. And 5% of this is 3 grams. If the laws in this country were more realistic, I'd open up a shop and I'd start selling this. That's how good I love this recipe. Boysenberry. Uh-oh, something disconnected on my computer. Don't know what it is. Little boysenberry. Boysenberry we have in here at 2%, and that's 1.2 grams. Awesome. Next is Flavors Lemonade. This is at 1%, 0.62. And last but certainly not least is Flavor West Natural Lemonade at 1.2%. It's 0.72 grams. Oops, I went a little over. So it's going to be a little more tart in my mouth. That's okay. The nice thing about Flavor West Lemonade is it gives you like that good old country fair handmade lemonade where they literally take the lemon, give you half a lemon, and they squeeze that into a cup. And then they throw the lemon with the rind and everything into your glass. Add the ice, add the sugar, add the water, and that's all it is. It's just a beautiful, fresh lemon tasting lemonade with just enough sweetness to make it perfect. And for our case, our sweetener that we're choosing today is super sweet. And it doesn't really matter what brand you buy. There are different additives and stuff, like Capella Super Sweet, I think has some citric acid in it. Whereas I don't think the Purellum does. Tastes a little bit cleaner to me, but you know, that's my choice of using it. Plus it's the most affordable of all the super sweets available. So 1.2% of this is 0.72. Super sweet, yes. Cool. Blend our PG-based ingredients all together. We're going to give it a little bit more PG to thin it down to a 70-30. $6.1 grams. Whoops. That's okay. It just means it's going to be a little thinner. The PG helps amplify the flavors profiles in your mouth. That's why 50-50 recipes have more punchiness to them, using the exact same quantity of flavorings as does a 70-30 recipe or a max VG recipe. And 53 grams would take this up to the brim. And yeah, I didn't measure it. Don't care to, because, I mean, they're making a full bottle. 60 ml bottle is a 60 ml bottle. There might be a couple drops still in here from the last time we made it, but that's okay. And then give it a nice shake. And tomorrow, when I'm re-wicking my tanks, I'll pull out another tank, whatever I end up switching to. And this is going to be what's going to go in it for that week. It's very, very simple. Once you start DIYing your own stuff, you have half a dozen recipes that you can use as all-day vapes. It's literally whatever tickles your fancy this week. That's what you make. Always keep your workspace clean. Which also reminds me that last week we talked about, for those of you that are just now getting into this, there's only a couple things you absolutely need to be able to make your own recipes. You need vegetable glycerin. That's what you're going to go through the most. You need propylene glycol. Make sure they're both USP grade. Brand doesn't really matter. I haven't found one that has any off taste to it. There are vegetable glycerins that are made out of coconut base that will give you a coconut flavor inherently with your VG. And you need to be aware of that when you purchase it. But most of the stuff we have nowadays that we buy is palm-based. So, no real flavor to it at all. Darren D, hello and welcome. Neil Pitts, hello and welcome. So that's what you need. You need VGPG, you need your secret sauce if you're using this non-smoke cigarettes, and then you need your flavorings. And for somebody who's brand new DIY, go find a recipe that's 5-star rated and has a bunch of reviews and buy just the ingredients for that flavor for that recipe. And buy the exact brands that are in the recipe. Because if you buy it off brand and swap something out, it will not taste the same. It might taste as good, it might not. There's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees that just because it's a flavor profile that looks good, it's going to taste good for you. That's why DIY is great, because you get to make it however you want to make it, and you get to tune it and tweak it to your heart's content. All right, so we got the 4 basic ingredients. That's all you need. You need a scale, and last week I told you guys you need to calibrate your scale. Good quality scales, like this one, the AWS, came with a 500-gram weight that you need to keep, in a bag, keep it nice and clean, because anything you put on here is going to alter the weight, right? So you can use this and follow the directions for your scale to calibrate your scale. That way you know that it's 500 grams. And you could put it on another scale, a different brand scale. And if that's calibrated too, 500 grams is going to be 500 grams on both. Is it crucial for the DIYer making liquids for your vape? No. As long as it's going to consistently give you the same amount. If I take this and I put this on here and I write down what this weighs today, and I come back in 2 years and I put this on here and it weighs the exact same thing, then the scale is still calibrated to what it was when you bought it. That simple. And then if you guys noticed at the intro to the show, I did have something that I'm going to be doing a review on for this channel, because listen, you got to label your stuff, right? You need to know what it is that you have. And you certainly need to label what you make. What's the name of the recipe? What day did you make this? And I like to put on here whether it's, a 70-30, the VG concentration. And then what the dosage is for your secret sauce. And then obviously, you can put whatever little graphic on there to make you feel good about making your own stuff. And it doesn't need to be as fancy as the commercial bottles. Doesn't need to have the big plastered warning labels on them. But you need to label your stuff. I have the Brother P-Touch label maker, and it's nice because I can swap out the cartridges. I have a nice little narrow one that I use for the top of my flavors. I have it also used for a single flavor testing. This is the Pazzo Jack I just mixed up this morning. This has 0 nicotine in it. And then here's the one that we mixed up last week at 5%. And then during the show, during the week, there's another bottle here that has Pazzo Jack at 5% with no sweetener added. Now, ironically enough, this one, the color is lighter because there's no nicotine in it. These two both have the exact same formulation, the exact same amount of nicotine, the exact same amount of flavoring. But yet look at the color difference. This color difference is from time, because this was made 4 days after this one. And this one was made 4 days after this one and has no nicotine in it. It's normal for your recipes to change color over time. This is a maple syrup that we mixed up. And you can, yes, label your stuff with masking tape, and you can use a Sharpie. I tried using a pencil one time. The problem was I came back the next day and my hands were a little bit wet and I touched it. And, ooh, that is a beautiful maple syrup. Wow, that's good. Very nice. It's got the right maple syrup consistency and flavor-wise. The sweetness is right. The maple syrup characteristic tastes like authentic maple syrup, not so much like the artificial fake syrup that we buy, pancake syrup that we buy here in the States. That does taste really good, but it is kind of a watery characteristic. Now, that watery characteristic may or may not be present in your vape, and it may or may not affect the density of the flavor on your tongue. The only way to find that out is to actually try and put it on a tank in a dripper. Try it yourself. But yes, we have our Fanta stuff here, and you need to label your stuff. That's why I'm going to be doing a review on that thermal printer, because when we're doing single flavor testing, I can keep putting labels on top of this one and it still look beautiful. But realistically, after a week, these bottles are all going to get completely emptied out, whether I vape them or whether I dump them, wash them out, and make sure that when I wash them out, that they don't actually smell. Some of these flavorings can impart the plastic bottles themselves, and you're better off just recycling the plastic. Some of them, you can wash this out and it's never going to affect it. And when you make something else in it, it's not going to change it. That's the other goal here, is to try and do stuff scientifically where it's reproducible, and, you know, if somebody else did it in their room, they're going to get the same results you get. Cool. So there we go. There's our basic ingredients. Look for a review of that label printer coming up on the channel this weekend. I'm going to be working on that, as well as getting these other 3 done, edited, and then published. And now that I've got my graphics card swapped out, time to crank through and actually get stuff published and get this room cleaned up. I've got so much stuff stacked up. I've got an Oxfa DNA X-Slim that I haven't even opened yet to even start the review on it. So I got to do that one. I got the Dylan. I've got Bogan's new one. I got Team Single Coil for the Recoil R3. I'm going to be comparing against the dual coil version. So got lots of work to do. And things are actually working. It was so nice yesterday, just simply swapping that card out, and everything just worked. I didn't have to change any drivers, didn't have to do anything to it. I uploaded this to the Discord server. Where's the... There we go. This is what she looks like, folks. Beautiful 5080 graphics card. Man, I can't believe how much I spent on it. Unfortunately, I did screw something up. I did a calculation to make sure that the power supply inside of the computer was going to be big enough to handle it. And I did that calculation actually a long time ago because I wanted to give myself some headroom in case I upgraded to the next slot up card. So the 850 watt power supply that I have in the computer right now is enough to get this to work perfectly. And I do have a little bit of headroom. The maximum wattage that my computer could use if everything was running full tilt to the max is 733 watts. So 850 watt power supply, especially because I bought an A+ rated one, is going to work. But I did not take into consideration my battery backup. I have a battery backup in here that has everything on it that needs to stay functional in case the power glitches during a show, so that we don't get disconnected and have to start the stream up again, like we did when the graphics driver was bad. But that's only capable of 800 watts. And yesterday, when I put this new card in and I did the testing on it, I ran some, benchmark tests for the new GPU to compare it against the old one. My battery backup was screaming at me going, no, you're pulling too much power. I can't continue to support this. So I had to go and buy another battery backup, one that's capable of supplying 1,000 watts. That's it. I'm done. I'm done spending money on the studio for now. This is getting to be really ridiculous. I normally only allocate about $1,200 a year to upgrades in this place. That card was $1,500. The new battery backup's $200. It's just pulling my hair out. But knock on wood, everything's working flawlessly. And, you can throw your special effects in. You can type in Bloomberg, and it worked just like it does on the vlog. For those of you that are here brand new for the Flavorist stuff, we have all kinds of special effects that you guys can do. There's fireworks that you can launch. And you can comment and you can react to what I'm doing. You can type boo if you don't like what I'm doing. You can hit the applause if you want to applause. And if you think something's funny, by all means, go ahead and laugh. These are all things that you guys are that watch the vlog are accustomed to doing, but somebody that's here just for flavors mixing, this might be all new to you. We've got all kinds of stuff. Scotty, need more power. Captain, I'm giving her all the power I got. Actually, we do have more power to give. The problem is, technology changes over time. Things have gotten so much more efficient now. That's like, you would think that I went from a 5070 graphics card to the 5080 graphics card, that it would use more power. But actually it doesn't. Because it's more capable and has more transistors to be able to actually accomplish things, it can accomplish things much faster and with much less effort than the previous card did. So one of the things that I picked up are these little Tapo plugs. You can have Alexa can control them, and you can have them turn it on and off. You can have them set on a schedule. Like you could have this hooked up to your coffee maker, and if you get up at 6 o'clock every morning, you could have your coffee maker ready to go the night before, and then this thing will just automatically turn it on at 6 o'clock in the morning. So by the time you got dressed and got downstairs, your coffee will be ready to go. One of the other advantages to these new plugs that the original plugs that I put in the studio didn't have is this actually monitors how much electricity, how many amps are being drawn through this plug. And I put this onto the computer before I swapped everything out. And I took a look at the reading inside the app. And the new graphics card, when it's sitting here at idle, draws 20 watts of electricity less than the last one did, because of the fact that it is so much easier for it to accomplish the same task that the other one had to struggle to get accomplished. So things are gotten a lot more efficient, and it's going to save money at the end of the year. Not as much as I spent on the thing, but, got to have some good stuff to go with all the cons of the cost of doing upgrades. All right, so there we go. There we have our beautiful blackberry lemonade recipe. This is a shake and vape, but it's definitely better 24 hours later. Svet has a question here. He's asking, hey, Alex, a few weeks ago, I was asking about what coil you used after I found the original shop in AliExpress. I don't know if you checked, but they have a lot different coils put in an order. Yeah, there are a lot of different ones available to you. When I first ordered my coils, my NNK coils off of Amazon, they were the only ones that you could purchase on Amazon because, the federal government was clamping down and preventing, Amazon and eBay and stuff from selling vape stuff. But as time goes on, new sellers come in that have no clue about anything that's going on in this thing. They just see that they can get themselves a good deal of this stuff in bulk, and they just start listing and selling stuff on Amazon. I mean, auto parts dealers are selling vape coils on Amazon. So when you type in resistance coil, you can get a whole host of things on there. They have really fancy coils you can pick up and buy on Amazon now too. Aliens and Fralians and God coils and you name it, they have it. And it's really nice to be able to have access to this stuff. And if we can ever get the government to do the right thing, I think you should be able to buy any of this stuff on Amazon, just like Kenny can in the UK. He doesn't realize how good he has it over there. He can go on Amazon and he can type in Geek Vape and it'll show you all the latest Geek Vape stuff. And you can buy it and it'll be here in your house the next day. But, for those of us here in the States and other places around the world, you got to really search for these things sometimes to get your stuff in. But I'm cool. I'm really glad to hear that there are a bunch of other options available to you. AliExpress is one of those ones that they clamp down on in the United States, not being allowed to buy them because they're technically classified as a tobacco product and technically needs to have tobacco taxes paid on it. So they disappeared because the FDA or I don't even know who does it. Is it the IRS? Who does it? Notified them. Would have notified them that you cannot sell that product because it requires collecting tobacco tax and you don't have a tobacco tax collection license. So for those of us in the States, AliExpress, eBay, and Amazon is not an option to buy stuff. But other parts of the world, they can still do that kind of stuff. And that's awesome. Cool. So what do we got here? Talked about the efficiency, the upgrades in the studio. We talked about making the liquid from last week. Something else you may be interested in picking up. Something to organize all of your stuff. This is what I've chose to organize my things here. You can do them in drawers, you can do them in baskets, whatever. I personally love these nail polish racks I picked up on Amazon. There's different ones, different widths, and different number of shelves. The original one that I ordered here, I think these are like $12 a piece, and they come completely unassembled. So, all these screws, you have to put them all together to create a nice, beautiful shelf. But this is awesome to organize all your flavors. And then those had to be upgraded too, because that's a 2, 4, 6 row shelf. And the new ones is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 rows. 8 rows. So they give me 2 rows and it just sits, a little bit taller because they change the angle that the things are in. But that's how I have 825 flavors organized behind me, and how it's so easy for me to reach back there and just grab whatever that I want. Everything's organized by brand in alphabetical order down the shelf. Makes it very easy to find things and keep things organized. And then after the show's over, I have to take the whole pile of flavors that are here and conveniently put them back in their place. And once it's back in their place, it makes it very easy to pull them out for the random recipes. Cool. So there we go. That's the basis of what I needed to cover. We reviewed what we talked about last week. And I guess now it's actually time to taste this single flavor from Flavor Art, the Pazzo Jack, and pick the 6 Bull City Flavors ingredients that we're going to single flavor test today. One thing at a time. I need to do like Nick does and get myself a notepad and just write down the order of events. This is a smaller, shorter show, but it's actually harder to keep organized than the vlog. All right, so let's single flavor test this stuff that we got. Pazzo Jack, 5%, no sweetener. I'm going to test the no sweetener one first. Where's the... Something I didn't do. I didn't get a dripper ready for the show today. I guess we'll have to wake that up first. All right. This is the Wasp Nano Pro. This is the one that Kenny sent me from the UK. Last week, we opened one up on the show. That's that Pazzo Jack that we made originally with a little bit of sweetener in it. So we're going to start off from scratch. We're going to start off with a brand new coil. It's not brand new, but it's a clean dry burn coil. We're going to dry burn it now just to make sure we get all the cotton remnants off of there. Nice, clean. Throw some fresh cotton in there. Cool. Make sure our aglet is nice and round. Out of an entire box of 50, there's only usually 3 or 4 that are crushed or have a little snag sticking out the side. But it's so easy. Just pull that through, snip this off, drop. We're good to go. Cool. All right. This is the 10%. That's the 5% with the sweetener. Here's our 5% without the sweetener. This is so much better a week later. That nick I have is very, very strong compared to that strawberry. But this definitely tastes like the gel filling that you would have inside of a piece of strawberry candy. And actually could use a bunch more sweetener to sell it as a candy. And since this is the one that has no sweetener in it, that tells me that the flavor itself doesn't seem to have any sweetness. The only sweetness I'm actually tasting is from the vegetable glycerin. Which, for those of you that have never done it before, take your vegetable glycerin and knuckle test it. I cannot believe how much sweetness is already inherently inside of vegetable glycerin. So when you make a recipe like this one, you're already getting some kind of sweetness even without sweetener. This is Fanta Jack, no sweetener, strawberry single flavor test at 5%. Awesome. We'll throw our top cap on there. I'm going to throw it on here. Here's last week's dripper. Has the same thing on it, but like I said, as this stuff is exposed to air, it oxidizes. So the fact that that dripper has liquid in it that's already been exposed to heat from us trying it last week, it's going to alter the taste, and I don't want anything to alter the taste. Nice. New coil, yes. 35 watts. You can definitely tell that there's no sweetener added to this Fanta Jack. And as such, the strawberry flavor that's on here, it doesn't taste chemically. There's no real brightness to it. You do definitely get that it's a strawberry. And then we'll compare it to the exact same thing, except this has 0.5% super sweet added to it. 0.5% super sweet isn't enough sweetness to sell it as a candy. So the only way to find out how much sweetness we need to have for this to actually sell as a candy, we're going to slowly add super sweet to this, 0.5% at a time, until we can believe that it is an accurate representation of a strawberry candy. So we'll throw that on the scale. And quickly before I get to that, I'm going to try the strawberry Fanta flavoring with no sweetener at 10% to see how that changes the flavor profile by doubling the concentration of the flavoring. The flavor profile doesn't change. Like, it's not a bunch stronger. I couldn't tell that this is 10% and the last one was 5%. Which is kind of surprising. A lot of the other flavors, either they get brighter or crisper or more punchy when you crank up the percentage. This particular one stays pretty much the same. All right, so let's clear this off. And let's pull up our recipe so that I can see exactly how much super sweet I put into it. 5% Pazzo Jack. This is the non-sweetener. I didn't make a 7.5%. I only made the 10%. So 0.08 is what I need to have for 0.5%. So 4 drops. 20 mils. Put our dripper in. Give this thing a nice shake. Try and blend it up. And then we'll try it again. 1% sweetener. Wow, what a massive difference that extra 0.5% did. Taking it to 1% is really brightened that strawberry up. The sweetness sells it as a strawberry candy. Sweetness is an integral component for these flavorings. All right, let's bump it up another 0.5%. Tear this out, another 5 drops. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the microphone, but when I'm shaking it, I can literally hear the fluid hitting the end and bouncing back. Who's popped in there? Hippie Vapes, hello and welcome. You mix them at 5%. 5% sweetness or 5% flavoring? Our flavoring's in there at 5%. We're at now 2% sweetness. Yes. 5% flavoring and 2% sweetness in here completely sells this as a strawberry candy with like a strawberry gel filling on the inside. That right there is perfect. All right, one more test that we're going to do here. We made up a batch, a little bottle here. This is the Fanta Jack at 10% with no sweetener added. So we found out through our testing, adding 0.5% at a time to get that luscious strawberry candy filling to completely sell it as a strawberry candy. I needed 2% sweetener. So I'm going to add 2% sweetener to this recipe. And we're going to try it out at 10% flavoring, 2% sweetener. There you go right there. We're going to edit this. It's no longer without sweetener. It's 10%. And super sweet, 2%. Everything's already in there. I just need to add 0.3 grams of super sweet to this bottle. Perfect. Somehow I dropped a VG on the table there. Awesome. What's she taste like? Can this be sold as a commercial bottle of liquid available? And will people buy it? Oh, for sure. That right there is a perfect commercial e-liquid. I totally understand why people were able to now identify this. Where is that bottle? Gushers. That's a perfect commercial recipe. It's just the right sweetness for the strawberry candy on the outside. And I got this residual sweet, soft strawberry flavor on my palate. It is so bright and refreshing that my mouth is just salivating. My jowls are watering like crazy. That is amazing. It's definitely a candied strawberry. There's no like fresh fruit. There's no macerated strawberry characteristic to it. It's like an ooey gooey strawberry filling. Mmm. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. I love it. Gushers. Very accurate label that they picked for this too, because that's what it tastes like. Strawberry candied strawberry goo is just oozing and flowing all over the place. Wow. Oh, is that delicious? Hour into the show, and I've already found a flavor I love so much, I want to have it as my all-day vape next week. Was going to have to get in the line behind my blackberry lemonade that we made. God, I wish I would have started this show years ago. How many flavors do I have in my repertoire here that are just as good as this? Just by themselves, stand alone, single flavor, test it, push the sweetness to get it to be an accurate representation of what you expect. Now, this is going to be harder when we get to the actual fruits, because for the fruits, you need to have that meaty characteristic. You need to have like that seed characteristic. Something to sell the mouthfeel is not just being a candy. A single fruit with enough sweetener, and you can have a jelly right off the bat. But when you get into the other things, the cakes and stuff like that, that's when things are going to start getting really complicated. But that's okay. I'm very happy I have a new all-day vape that I can legit turn to at any point in time. Like, you could take away all the flavors and I could survive with just that flavor and never go back to smoking cigarettes. It's that simple. And there's the recipe right there. Total flavoring percentage is at 12, 10% for the Pazzo Jack, strawberry, and 2% sweetener. Strawberry candy. Have a nice day. Job done. Cool. Now I'm curious to see what are Bull City flavors going to be like. Not sponsored. They didn't send me this. I paid for this out of my own pocket. And their starter kit, which comes with 12 10 ml bottles of all their flavors that they're coming out with, was only like $25. And with $25, you get free shipping. Hunky V will get you a 5% discount. And as long as it's still over $25, you still get free shipping. So feel free to, pick up their starter pack and join us for this. You can also join the Discord server. And when you single flavor test these things, drop your impressions of these flavors in the Discord server. And then we're all going to compile all this knowledge, all my experiences in it, my impressions of it, into a PDF file that will always be available on Discord server. And we'll keep updating it as we go through more and more flavors. And we can all learn what all these different things are like, and might even get you to decide to pick some of this stuff up that you haven't had. Or, it's like if you love strawberry flavor and you love strawberry candy, this might be one that you really need to pick up. Give it a try yourself. See what you think of it. Okay, let's flip overhead. I'm going to show you the flavors we got. Awesome. All right, so here's all of the Bull City flavors that I just got in that pack. And as you can see, I've got labels on almost all the bottles. Matter of fact, there's so many of them you can't even see them on the screen. Let's zoom back out. Okay. Here's one that I don't have labeled. And I'm going to show you guys how you go and enter this stuff into ELR. But it's awesome. We got rich vanilla. We have their strawberry. Matter of fact, we're gonna try that one today, simply because we just tested a strawberry. So let's compare and contrast that one to the one that we just tested. Is it going to be a strawberry candy? Is it going to be a fresh strawberry? Is it going to be a sweet strawberry? Is it going to be macerated strawberries? Is it going to be like the strawberry jelly you have in the strawberry cake? Well, the way to find out is to try it. They have mango, root beer, Baja, peach, coffee candy. I heard somebody say that was a really good coffee candy. We have cherry. Oh, I hope they got cherry right, because all the cherries I've tried are like medicinal. Not very good. Candy cane. Yum. A blue raspberry. I hope it's a punchy blue raspberry. I was like going around and buying all the blue raspberries I can get a hold of. I have blue raspberry from Euro Flavors. I have Oh, there's like 6 of them that I bought. I even ordered them from Europe because I wanted to be able to taste all the different blue raspberries out there because, I mean, OG Blue is my number one thing, and could never get anything that was even close to it. So, anyway, they got blue raspberry, and they also have a beautiful blueberry, and we got that strawberry, and then this one is a grape slush flavor. So how about we add grape slush into the ELR database? We'll put a label on this, and we'll pull out, in addition to this strawberry, 5 more flavors. We'll do 6 this week. Get them set up in here. Going to make a 5% solution of it with no sweetener. 5 bottles, very simple. We're going to try them out today, do a quick shake and vape knuckle test on them to get our initial impression of it. I'll come back tomorrow and try it again. And, over the course of this week, I'll keep notes on it, trying those 6 flavors. And next week, we'll do the other 6 flavors. So this week is part 1 of Bull City flavors, and next week will be part 2 of Bull City flavors. Then we'll move on to something else. Awesome. All right. First we got to do is put this into our repertoire, put it into our inventory, and get a label on it. Once you're logged into the website, you go to your flavor stash, add flavor, and this is grape slush. Bull City flavor. There's 43 people that have added this to their thing, as you saw that little number in there indicate. I'm going to copy this name as it appears inside of here and put it into my label making software. I'm going to paste that onto there. Hit enter to make it 2 rows and hit print. Label's complete. This can go bye-byes. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to hit the add button right here. And you'll see that my flavor stash is now up to 837. And if you want to know what Bull City flavors you have inside, or like what Capella flavors you want, all you got to do is type in like Capella, and it will list all of the Capella flavors that you have in your inventory. And BCF is the abbreviation for Bull City flavors. There's all the Bull City flavors that we have in our inventory. Just like that. So I'm going to put this label on the bottle. And I think we're going to go in alphabetical order, minus the strawberry. That's the one we're going to start with, since we just did a strawberry. There's our grape slushy, labeled, ready to go. So now that I have this beautiful alphabetical list before me, strawberry is the first one. So then we're going to follow that up with Baja is 2. A blue raspberry is going to be 3. Candy cane is going to be number 4. Cherry is going to be number 5. And coffee candy is going to be number 6. So the other 6 are going to be saved for next week. That's grape slush, mango, peach, rich vanilla, and root beer. We'll do 6 this week and 6 next week. So I'll move the ones that we're not doing today off of the desk so I don't get them confused. And let's get this going. All right, first thing I need to do is I need to pull my label maker out, and I'm going to label these bottles. So there's our flavors. We're going to get the label software over here. Baja's the first one. Baja Bold City flavor, 5%. Single flavor test. Print. Next is blue raspberry. Print. Blueberry. Print. Candy cane. Cherry. Coffee candy. And last but not least, strawberry. Cool. We got 5 bottles ready to label. Two, four. How do I have 7? I thought we were only doing 5. Yeah, you can save. Go away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coffee candy is going to have to wait till next week. Move that off to the side. Well, no, we got 6 and 7. So we'll do 7 this week and 6 next week. If I run over today, I run over today. I'm trying to keep the show at 2 hours. It's so easy for me because I've been doing the vlog for 5-hour shows to just keep on going. But I want to respect your time and give you guys the opportunity to go enjoy the beautiful weekend we got coming up. I actually have the window open in the studio here. Cool. All right, I need 5 bottles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 7 bottles. Because we got 7 flavors. All right. Who popped in there? Brian Ferguson, hello and welcome. Big Dusty 1, hello and welcome. Awesome to have you guys here. Bull City Flavors is what we're doing today. Pazzo Jack was wonderful. All right, coffee candy. We'll get the coffee candy, throw a label on that bottle that we're going to test it at. And for next week, I'll have this part of it all done for you, but I wanted to show people the actual process. All right, so there's coffee candy. Next, we have cherry. candy cane. I hope this is a really good candy cane. We can make our own Kris Kringle recipe. I know it's not Christmas, it's springtime. As indicated by the window being open. Who doesn't love a good Starlight Mint? Blueberry. That's Baja. That's blue raspberry. That's strawberry. That's what's missing. Okay. Blueberry's not here, so move that to next week. So it is 6 and 6. All right. Blue raspberry. We might have to revisit these ones when we do all the blue raspberries, so I can compare them all against each other. There's the blue raspberry. Now we need Baja. Wonder what the flavor is going to be inside the Baja. Coconut? I don't know. That one's right there. The empty bottle. And strawberry. So we can compare it with our Fanta Jack strawberry. It's going to be awesome because I'm going to take all those Fantas that I made, those little bottles, and I'm going to combine them all into a 60 ml bottle and make myself a beautiful strawberry candy liquid. Okay. The blueberry saved for next week. So we'll have 6 next week, 6 this week. Very nice. There's our flavors and our testers. I need to make room for my scale. Now, we don't have the specific weight of these flavoring, the density. So it's all going to be the same basic number of drops. Once we figure out one, you got all of them. They're going to be the same. So we'll get our scale out. We'll throw the coffee on there. Now, all these bottles, these testers that we have should all be the same. So you add 0. I take this one off, put that on there. There are variations to the plastic bottles, so we can count drops, but they'll have to be teared out after each one. Okay, so 5%. We'll pull up our 5% recipe. My recipes, those are 5%. That's 10%. There you go. So what we need to have for 15 mils is 0.75 grams. Now, we can verify this by editing this, and we can swap this out for coffee, candy, Bull City flavors, and you'll see that 0.75 didn't change. They do not have an atomic weight for this, or not atomic weight. Forget what that's called. Let's go to the flavor and look it up. Flavor list. Weight per grams. Grams per milliliters. That's what it is. Some of the flavors have that detailed information in there that you can get from the manufacturer, the data sheet that they have. Most of the flavorings that are in ELR do not have that. So anyway, we did notice it was 0.75 is what we need to have. 0.75 grams for a single flavor at 5%. No sweetener. So let's do that. Coffee candy. Coffee candy. 0.75. Doesn't smell like roasted coffee. There's a sharp note to it, like ground coffee. 0.75. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 drops. Ooh. Funky monkey. I'm getting a cream flavor. I'm getting like a, you know, when you walk into a fudge shop and you smell that fudge, blast your senses with sweetness. My mouth is really dried out on the front where I first got the contact with that. Kind of a toffee-ish characteristic. What the heck? Lovely scale. All right. That's the first one. Move it out of the way. Hear that out. 0.75.
Oh, my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes
Definitely smells cherry.
but I'm it all.
It's got that artificial characteristic to it. It's not like, doesn't smell like cherry juice. It smells like the meaty characteristic of a cherry.
Just yet, the trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun.
Ooh, really tingly on the tongue. Really dries out the front of your tongue. Leo Berry, hello and welcome. And who dropped down? Cheryl Demers was first chat. She was here earlier. Bull City Flavors cherry flavor. It's not medicinal, but it's totally artificial. no subtle characteristic to it. Next. Ooh, need some coffee. Wash that off my tongue. Man, is that really abrasive on the tongue? The taste buds are just tingling right now. All right. Candy cane. Let's take a look at Candy Cane from Bull City Flavors. Peppermint. Oh, this isn't just peppermint. This smells like a Starlight Mint, like you just unwrapped the cellophane off of a Starlight Mint. Mmm. Oh, yeah. Knuckle test now. Hit you right in the back of the throat. Mouth feels exactly right for a Starlight Mint. Sweetness. I'm not getting any real sweetness, but the perception is like it's a piece of peppermint candy. Oh, I really love this one. No doubt about it. All right, 0.75. Ooh, and the cooling sensation's there too. Blow on it, see if it'll go. Yeah, now it went over. Okay. Yes. Candy cane flavor? Perfect. I haven't even vaped it yet. Just from the knuckle test alone. It's gorgeous. Yes, please. Blue raspberry. It's lingering. That candy cane is still lingering in my mouth, even after a swig of coffee. Oh, those two are going to pair together beautifully. Well, this is a punchy smell. Smells right for blue raspberry. I really like this. This is different than the other blue raspberries I've had in the past. It's been a while since I visited Blue Raspberry Heaven, but it's not a cotton candy blue raspberry. It's like a... Yeah, it's hard to describe it as something else because blue raspberry is actually a fake flavor. There's no such thing as blue raspberries in the wilderness. All right. I think they got this one right too. 0.75. Look at that. You see that scale? All right. All right, the initial flavor is like an artificial chemical with the scent of a blue raspberry. The mouthfeel is kind of like the blue raspberry that would be in the slushy if you could subtract the slushy, no sweetness whatsoever. God, I hope this vape's as good as it smells. Okay, blue raspberry. Next, Baja flavor. Baja bottle. I still have some of that candy cane in my mouth. And a hint of that blue raspberry. Now I see why they do flavor profile assessments as a group, like all apples. It still has that characteristic in my mouth. Both of those. Baja, what's Baja smell like? This smells like that Mountain Dew my wife just got me. It's not Mountain Dew. It's some holiday flavor or something. Or I haven't had Baja Blast in forever. I can't really tell you. There's the Baja 0.75. God, it smells gorgeous. Ugh. Chemical, medicinal. Not getting any kind of fruit or tropical stuff or astringent. What would it be like with the sweetener, though? That's the question. Sweetener totally changes flavor profiles for a lot of different things. The residual mouthfeel is like a Baja Blast, from what I recall it being. But it's been so long since I've had one. It's just easy to call it that. I can't say for certainty that's what it tastes like. The odor coming through my nose and the taste profile coming through my nose tastes like the latest Mountain Dew with no sweetener in it. Mouth feels kind of dry and tacky. Not my favorite. Big surprise. Candy cane's my favorite. All right, now the real test. Strawberry. We started off with the Pazzo Jack, the strawberry flavor from Flavor Art. Now, Bull City Flavor has their own strawberry. This is going to be a strawberry ripe, strawberry sweet, a candy strawberry, and an alpine strawberry. Ooh. Oh, man. You know when you buy like a little bushel, a little pint of strawberries and you bring it home and you put it in the fridge? And you come back to it the next day and they're not macerated. Mitchell Smith, hello and welcome. And who's this last one? Zane PC7, hello and welcome. Bull City flavor strawberry is what we're looking at. So you got like this pint of fresh strawberries. It's the end of summer. It's hot as balls out. You bring this stuff home in your car. You know how you can tell? Mallory Gates, hello and welcome. You know how you can tell that strawberry smell when you take it out of the car and it's like super hot outside? You bring that thing into the house and you're like, I got to put this in the fridge, man, before these go bad. That's what this smells like. Fresh bushel of strawberries. A little pint of strawberries. You get not only the strawberry, but you get the greens. Smell from it. It's not a macerated strawberry smell. It's not a candied strawberry. This is like a little pint of fresh strawberries. That's what she smells like. This could be a real strawberry flavor. All right. 0.75 of this. Ew. It's almost overwhelming how punchy that is. It's like if you picked up that little pint of strawberries and you took a big sniff of it, a big whiff of it, and there was one on the bottom that was already starting to get like really soft and mushy. That's kind of what it smells like. You can identify that there's one in the barrel that isn't quite right. Knuckle. Ooh, bright strawberry. Macerated strawberries without being sweet. Like they didn't put any sugar in it. You just muddled up the strawberries in a bowl. Wow, is that a punchy strawberry? Fresh strawberries. God, that's really good. Those strawberries on here, they look way too perfectly ripe. This is like past ripe. This is the point where they're starting to get a little soft. Like you had it inside. This would go really good with ice cream. If you added the sweetener to it, you had the right cream. Maybe even a hint of coolant to sell it as an ice cream. Like a strawberry crunch bar, this would be awesome. I want to revisit my strawberry crunch bar recipe and add some of this to it. Make it even more realistic as a strawberry crunch bar. Wow, that's good. I like it. Awesome. All right, so we got our strawberry. We got all of our individual flavors added to the thing. We've knuckle tested them, got an initial impression of it, and that's awesome. Now I need to add 2.96 grams of PG to all of it. Michael Card, hello and welcome. I grabbed BCF Blue Raz, Coffee Candy, Grape Slushy, and BB. Very happy with all of them. Cool. Yeah, that's what we're testing. We're testing 6 of the 12 that was in that starter pack today. So, need to add 3 grams, 2.96 grams of PG to all of these. Candy cane. Oh, I love the candy cane, man. Wow. Smells delicious. I think candy cane's my favorite one so far. Steve OCD, hello and welcome. Coffee candy. Oh man, I hope this tastes better when it's vapable than when you do the knuckle test, because something ain't right there. It's not coffee, it's not candy. It's some creamy concoction. Like toffee-ish, but you know, what it smells like, what knuckle tastes like, are different than what it actually vape like. .96. Come on. There you go. It's the most accurate of the bunch. Cherry. That one's a punchy one. Medicinal, not quite. Artificial for sure. And if you think about it, a cherry, eating an actual cherry, the flavor is pretty subtle. It isn't like, you know, like if you were to like juice it and you had cherry juice, it would be different. May not be quite subtle. But the mouthfeel is what makes it for a cherry, as much as that subtle odor of it. Then we got blue raspberry. Man, is that blue raspberry nice and punchy flavor. And we got one left after this one. Whoops. Went over a little bit. That's okay. And Baja. Man, I don't know about that Baja. Get done with the show. I'm going to have to go to the grocery store, the convenience store next door to me, and get an old Baja Blast. Try that sucker out. Very nice, very nice. Okay. There's all of our PG and our flavoring. Now we just need to add the VG. And all 6 of these are ready to go. So 13.25. Meticulous work. Having to go through all this. whatever. Dropped it. Cool. Cherry. Curious how these all fare compared to each other strength-wise. They're all going to be about just as punchy at 5%. How they fare against other flavoring companies that are out there. Happy Hippie, hello.
Attention everyone. According to Happy Hippie 2005, good afternoon. That is all.
Awesome sauce. Went over a little bit. I keep going over a little bit. Why am I going over? Did I not put Nick in it? Is that the deal? That's not the deal. I didn't put any Nick in it. It's all right. Can always add it later. We get a pure 5% single flavor test of just the flavoring. We can always add the Nick. We can always add the super sweet in there. But once it's in there, you can't take it out. So we're going to evaluate this unmolested and go from there. Candy cane. Might have to order a big bottle of this if it's as good as it tastes and smells. Yep, that's what she is. There's room for one more milliliters of our secret sauce. So I keep going over. I'm taking it to the brim. And the reason why the weight keeps going over is because there was no nicotine in this. All right, 13.25. Come on, strawberry. I wonder if they put VG in ice cream. PG. Come on, strawberry. I like Purellum Super Sweet. It's equally as sweet as Capella, but gunks up a bit less. I go 0.75 in my direct to lung. 1 to 1.2% on a mouth to lung. Everybody has a different sense of what their baseline sweetness is that they need to have and stuff. Like, if you're the kind of person that never drinks soda, then you're not going to be inclined to use as much sweetener in your vape. But somebody that drinks soda, like when I first got my paramedic, I used to drink Mountain Dew by the 2-liter bottle. I could take a 2-liter bottle to work every day. Came home empty. Man, you get that acclimated to the sickeningly sweet stuff in your soda, and everything else needs to be comparable to that, because you're naturally going to compare it to that. So here we go. Beautiful strawberry from Bull City Flavors. No Nick in here, no sweetener. It's just simply 5% Bull City Flavor strawberry. Oh, wow, is that a luscious strawberry? green characteristic is really subdued now. It does taste like fresh strawberries. It has the right odor. The mouthfeel is a little subtle. But this is probably the best fresh strawberry flavor that I have. And we've tried a bunch of different stuff already. I mean, we routinely use TFA and Capella's strawberry ripe, and sweet strawberry. They get combined in all different kinds of people's recipes and stuff. This is now definitely going to become a regular staple for strawberries to reach for this. It's just... God, that's gorgeous. Man, I really, really love that strawberry. That's going to be a wonderful flavor. All right, so we got our initial knuckle test done of that. Let's compare that with our, where's my vape? Our Fanta Jack. Commander Rocker, hello and welcome. I love this series. I'm learning so much. Keep the great content coming. Well, of course. This is my learning journey. I've been doing this. I've been vaping now for coming on, this will be year 7. And I've been mixing DIY liquids along the way. I've been doing random recipes on the vlog for 5 years now. I've made half a dozen of my own recipes that were good. I've made half a dozen of them that sucked. Well, the only way to get better at it is to single flavor test these things and try them out. What a perfect blend. Where's this thing? I don't want to put this on here. I know there's no nick on here. I don't care. I want to compare this. Profiles are pretty damn close. This one's more of a fresh strawberry. Oh, those two play together beautifully. And I'm getting the super sweet from that recipe that we did, the Fanta Jack with 2% super sweet in there. And just drop in Bull City flavor strawberry at 5% on it. No nick, no sweetness. It adds a freshness, a crispness to that strawberry candy. It takes it up a notch to a whole new level. With sweetener, this may become my favorite strawberry of all time. Wow, that is really, really good. I want to commend Bull City Flavors for coming up with this. I want to compare it to Flavor Strawberry because that's what that reminds me of. We'll do that later. All right, so we've got our single flavor testing done. We've made up 6 bottles. Bull City Flavors, 6 flavors right there. I do not want to try the candy cane right now because I might just like hit stop on the stream and leave you guys hanging because it really was that good on the knuckle test. Fantastic. And I have to get a bottle of the Baja Blast to compare this to it. Obviously, this needs a lot of sweetener to bring it up to the same level as a Mountain Dew. But when I smelled that, it smells exactly like the Mountain Dew that my wife just recently bought for us that I've been having with my dinners lately. Oh, very, very good job, Bull City Flavors. So far, I am really thrilled. Fantastic. All right. Did I miss anything in chat? You guys chatting away over there? I appreciate you guys having your conversations and all. I'm sorry I couldn't pay much attention to what you were doing. Oh. Man, that blackberry lemonade is the bomb. Way better than that strawberry candy. Not that strawberry candy's bad. It's just bright, crisp, refreshing. And that blackberry and boysenberries, they play with them off of each other. It gives you that little tang note in there. It's not quite sour. It's just a tangy characteristic to it. And that plays off of the fact that you got a beautiful sweet and sour lemonade. The punchy, fruity, citrusy aroma from the lemons, and then the sweet sugar characteristics of a lemonade. Oh, juicy, wet mouthfeel. I need to sell that. Sell that as a one-shot. Oh, make a mint. One-on-ones Blast a Baja is the good stuff. I don't have that one. I only have like 5 or 6 one-on-one flavors. I need to place an order from them. Liquid Barn's Dew Mountain is not good to me. There aren't too many Liquid Barn flavors that I actually really like. Like, the only one that I really care for, and it's kind of ironic because a lot of people hate it, is the Blue Raspberry from Liquid Barn. That was my all-day vape for the longest time. That with some sweet strawberry, and I was good to go. That was my all-day vape when I first got into doing, DIY recipes and stuff.
Attention everyone.
Hi, Neil. We'll check your recipe.
According to Neil Pitts, check out this recipe http://tjek.nu/r/kzpx. That is all.
There you go, buddy. Baja Cream Soda. 3.5% Baja from Bold City Flavors. 1% Boysenberry Raspberry from Wonder Flavors. Ooh, I'm looking forward to trying that one. Ice Cream Vanilla from SSA at 0.5. Red Vanilla Soda. I do not have that one at 1.5. Don't even know what that would taste like. Purelum Super Sweet at 0.5. Vanilla Bean Ice Cream from Capella at 2. Suggested steep time 7 days. This is a Baja Cream Soda. Is it a Baja Cream Soda or is it like a Baja Vanilla Ice Cream Flow? I'm missing ingredients. Yeah, I know. Gotta get them. Hot diggity, dog diggity. Got a lot of single flavor tests to do before I'm allowed to order any more flavors. So this is going to have to go on the back burner. But I'm going to save that to my stash of recipes because you fuckers, when you find a really good recipe, you sell it to somebody. And then they sell them commercially and you have to hide the recipe. And then we never get to see it again. So I scarf these suckers up as best I can. How do you think I got cinnamon Danish swirl muffins? What an awesome recipe. I scarfed that up and I'm like, oh, I'm missing 3 ingredients for that. I ordered the 3 ingredients. I made it. I've loved it ever since then. Kenny loves it. I want to hear what Dylan thinks of it. I sent it over to Buta Squad. Haven't heard from him on what he thinks of it yet. It should be just about ready. I mixed it up right before I put it in the mail. And that one takes a little steep time before it fully blends and melds all those beautiful cinnamon Danish swirl muffin and the vanilla icing on the top. And oh, is that a delicious vanilla cupcake? Cinnamon vanilla cupcake. Cinnamon Danish swirl muffins. All right, folks. No random recipe today. Sorry for that. Neil left you one that you can check out, and if you happen to have the ingredients for it, you can make it yourself. But I do want to limit this show on Fridays to just 2 hours, so we're going to be cutting it quits for today. Really appreciate all you guys coming out and hanging out with me and, going along on the adventure of me flavor testing all these individual ingredients. I got 6 that are ready to go. I'm going to keep working on throughout the course of this next week, and that means that the other 6 flavors are what we're going to cover next week when we finish off the Bull City Flavor Starter Pack that they just started selling. Really looking forward to trying all those ones out. Really looking forward to learning all these ones and taking notes along the way. And then after next week's show, I'm going to actually create the PDF file, throw it on a Discord server, and then, get a start to documenting all these things that we're going to be trying out. I've got 800 and some flavors that I need to try. There's about half of them that I haven't tried yet. Oh, thank you for the amazing super chat. Very much appreciate it. Metas the Steps 8540. Very much appreciate the €5 super chat. You fund this show, guys. All of it. I dump as much as I can into it, but every little bit helps along the way, and I very much appreciate anytime we get a little super chat or super thanks, and we'll help you guys out. You can learn from my mistakes. You can learn from my experience, because one thing I can tell you with 100% certainty, this face can't lie. So when I taste something, right away what my facial expression is, probably more than I do, because I'm sitting there trying to analyze it. My facial expression gives it away. You know how it is when you get somebody that tastes something super sour and their face just winces, right off the bat what the reaction is for that person. I get them when I rewatch the replay, because I'm going to try and put timestamps in to what we do and try and keep the description as accurate as I can. And as time goes on, we'll finally get into a routine like we have for the vlog, where there's a consistent order for the way we do things. And I'm going to try and do some of this stuff ahead of time so that we can actually do the initial flavor experience here, and you don't have to watch me pouring and measuring out bottles. That's very easy for me to do Friday mornings, and then they'll be ready to go for the show. So anyway, we hit the 2-hour mark. I really want to thank all you guys for coming out today. Really want to thank you, sir, for the wonderful €5 super chat. We'll be back same time, same place next week, 2 p.m. for the Flavorist Diary, episode 3. And we'll be back next Tuesday for the Mixin' and Chillin' vlog. So peace, love, and a hunky vape is my wish to all of you guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the beautiful warm weather that's coming our way. And I'll see ya next week.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week again for a fresh round.